Welcome everybody to the March Anime Detour planning meeting. Welcome to our folks joining us online or watching this back later. This is the last meeting before Anime Detour. I did not do one. Does anybody have a day count? 12. Okay. 12 days until the con. So we made it. I think that's probably officially the longest time in between detours. So the longest planning cycle ever. So again, as I mentioned at the last meeting, a sincere thank you to everybody that is still standing on, or even if you're remaining on staff, and all of the efforts that went into the constant stops and restarts through the various cancellations, and this one 12 days from now. So most of us are excited to get back to it and get the show back in front of the attendees. The attendees online seem excited to get back into what we put in the halls of the Hyatt. The program guide has been published on Sketch, and guests have all been announced. So we're getting a lot of positive feedback from that. So I think we're all looking forward to seeing the smiles on the faces again. So again, thank you to everybody that helped plan and put this on. We'll move into partner announcements. Anime Twin Cities, and Dave. Or GPS, whatever you have.
No problem.
Whichever.
Good afternoon. Am I up? Yeah. Okay, first of all, the board meetings we have on Tuesday. We haven't had anything new since the last board meeting, or the last staff meeting, because we've been busy doing something else. Perhaps you know of it. Secondly, GPS. We just wanted to let you know we appreciate everything you do as our partners. And if you want to have a fun time this summer, we already have 2 events set up. Our annual picnic will be June the 11th. That's a Saturday in Columbia Heights Park, up the road that way. And we have our pirate cruise Sunday, July 10th. I was a big doubter on the pirate cruise because, I just collect money for the raffle tickets. But actually, it's pretty fun. If you've never been on a steamboat in the St. Croix River in a hot July night at evening, it's pretty cool. Other than that, I don't have much, and I hope you're as excited as I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. I think from there what we can do is not have Dave steal my phone, and then it's not a lot, but it's mine. And then what we'll do is we probably won't have a lot to announce as we go through. I don't know if you guys have a lot of updates. Most everything, like I said, is probably the box has been checked off and deadlines have passed with just 12 days left. So we'll have the 3 vice chairs just go through the updates that we have, then we'll go from there. Who wants to start?
Hi, everybody. So just a couple things before I get into my division. As a reminder about our COVID policies, all of staff have to be vaccinated. We've had this come up a couple times. If you're not vaccinated, we can't have you on staff. We can still have you attend the convention as a volunteer with a negative test 72 hours before the convention. But in order to be on the staff list with the staff badge, we do need people vaccinated. So just a reminder, because we're running out of time for that. Yes, Dave?
For proof of vaccination, you do phone pictures, or you have to have the card?
Actually, that was my next step here that we're going to get to. So, yeah, we want the card or a picture of the card. We have actually made a slight tweak that we will accept the Docket app because it's from the Minnesota Department of Health. So if you go, it's just called Docket. You can get it off any app store. We have noticed there are some quirks with it, so make sure you're not downloading it the Thursday of the con, because the Department of Health does sometimes have to go through and clear your records and get it sent to them, which does take them a day or 2. Yes?
For people who are coming from like Canada and others, how about them for their vaccine?
It's the same thing. They should still have a vaccine card from Canada, as long as they've got either a vaccine that's an accepted vaccine from their location. I know Canada does have a different vaccine that is accepted besides just the Moderna and Pfizer ones. we'll still accept it. And as long as it's a proof of vaccination from an approved government source, we'll accept those. Same with the out of state ones. Yes, Matt? That one we're not familiar with. Dockets. We're, we're- we're pretty close to convention here. We can try and look into it, but at this point, we can only guarantee we're going to accept docket, just because we've noticed everybody uses slightly different apps, so we're basically only trusting the Minnesota Department of Health at this point. Which again, make sure if you're going to get it sooner than later, because it takes the Department of Health a couple days to get your records to docket. On a completely different note, we do have some extra laptops that will be going out to departments. I had emailed the department heads and got some responses back. I am in the middle of updating those laptops, so I'll be getting those to the departments that requested them. Actually, probably Thursday of the convention, because unfortunately we don't have any other time at this point. I will be there early Thursday to get those laptops to you, and I'll be sending you an email back with how many you can expect to have. So we'll get that all taken care of, get everybody any laptops they need in that regard. Now on to the fun stuff, the actual departments themselves. Concom, there is a notice that went out. If you are getting a radio or you're going to be using a radio, do radio training. There should be a link out for anybody who needs access to radio training. If you have not gotten the link, reach out to your department head or reach out to John with Concom, because if you don't do the training, you can't use the radios. And if you're on Concom staff, just make sure that you've gotten back with your schedule with John here and requested when you're going to be working. Programming, Dave, you probably don't have anything. We've got everything set, right? Right. Okay. Same with registration. We're all set there. Everything's closed on registration. If you're a staff member, you do have to have registered for staff. This is your last day. So if for some reason you have not filled out the registration form, go talk to Clarissa right after this meeting so we can get you your staff badge. For the reservations, those rooms have all been closed up as of a couple of weeks ago. People continue to get me last-minute room requests per normal. We are attempting to facilitate them as much as we can. The Hyatt is 99.6% sold out as of Friday. So I think we have maybe one room I can make up here, but at this point the Hyatt is basically done and we just have the Hilton and the Millennium, which do still have some extra spaces beyond our block. So if you need a room, we can get you space at the Hilton and the Millennium. Same thing with the room parties. The room parties are completely set. They are the entirety of the 4th floor in the executive suites there. So we filled up all of the executive suites there, which is pretty good. Artist Alley, I know, was pretty well set as of a couple months ago. We're just waiting for the convention to start there. And I think that should be all of my stuff here. Alex?
We're trying not to kill each other before the con. All right, pretty much all my departments are good to go. Con suite, we're getting our food. We'll be ready to go for the convention. They are looking for a few more staff members if you have some extra time to help out with con suite, and that would be our volunteer con suite, and then the mobile con that we would be looking help for. Cosplay is ready to go. We have our judges. They're getting the rules posted online, and then hopefully we'll be able to have a social media post, and we'll have an awesome contest this year. Exhibit hall, we just sent our email to the vendors on Thursday telling them how to load in. So we are going to have over 40 vendors at the exhibit hall this year and a bunch of new ones. So please go and show them your support at the convention. We would love for them to have a great time and want to come back. Guests, They are looking for a few people to help out with the autograph sessions. The jobs would mainly be line wrangling and helping with the punch cards. Please contact Christina if you are interested. IT, they published the new online app. It went live earlier this week or late last week. It's through Sked now. The old mobile app is no longer in use, so you can just go ahead and delete that from your phones because it's not gonna be updated. You just search for Sked in the App Store. Thank you. Yes. Sked is SCHED. And just search for that in the App Store and then download that, search for Anime Detour, and you'll be able to find our online schedule. Logistics, always looking for more people to help with load in and load out so we can get everyone their equipment faster and get out of the hotel as soon as possible. Andy?
When are people meeting at the storage locker Thursdays?
I will be sending out an email today to coordinate that.
For people online, so you can hear, there was a question about when there would be a meetup to load in for the convention. Tristan will be sending out an email later today. Tech has no updates. They are basically good to go, and same with video. And that's all I've got. For one new thing that we are having this year, and the video room is a 24-hour AMV room that is being provided by animemusicvideos.org. So if you have a little free time, go check that out.
Hello, my name is Andy. I am the vice chair overseeing the departments of charity auction, merchandise, tabletop gaming, facilities, themes, and volunteers. As far as updates, facilities will have information on parking at MCTC. That will be made available in a social media post soon, so please look out for that. Yes, Dave?
We can still park in the ramp, right?
Yeah, it's overflow parking at MCTC.
For themes, the program book was done, as was mentioned earlier. I'd like to thank all the department heads who worked with themes to get their department information in with the convention information and their staff roster. And of course, I'd like to thank themes for putting it all together and turning out something that looks great. Other than that, I do not have any updates for my other departments.
Thank you, Andy. So a bit of a short meeting as far as the informational bits, just because everything is mostly done or at a deadline point these 12 days before con. There's a few other bits that we can give to you guys. Otherwise, if you guys have any staff-specific questions or questions about things that we might want you guys to do on staff, feel free to ask them now or later on in an email. But as most of the department or vice chairs up here have mentioned, again, I think we have 26 departments or so. And for me personally, obviously the 3 vice chairs, again, a thank you to all the departments that have worked so hard to bring this all together so that in 12 days when we open the doors on Friday for the attendees, that I don't think most of them are aware of the number of hours and the number of staff that this takes to put on, and maybe just even one of the departments, from all the stuff that video, programming, con suite, the load in, the planning hours, the Google meetings, just everything. So thank you to all the staff, department heads, everybody that's had a hand in planning this, and again, for me personally, including the vice chairs. Usually I feel like I'm thanking the group out there, but I want to make sure and mention the other 3 folks and then the admin staff that help us keep this all together and make sure your guys' information is correct in the database and all that stuff. So not meaning to leave everybody out when I say everyone, I literally mean all of the staff. It takes all of us to put this on, and we could still use a few more. So again, keep in mind that it's with the 12 hours that you'll be working Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, that you will get a free badge earned with that. So if you find yourself within your department running a little shy of that and you are interested, feel free to check with one of us and find out where we could use some additional help. As we said, we know there's a few departments out there that are looking, sounded like, who was it, ConSuite at least, ConCom. You'll talk to John and make sure that everything is good there with what he might want to have you do. But make sure you check with us. There's a number of departments that are shorter this year for a number of reasons, I'm certain, but I'm sure as we're still in the pandemic environment, not everybody, attendees and staff, have continued to dive headfirst back into the con scene just yet. So if you're interested in additional hours, whether it will get you to that 12-hour threshold or not, please check with us, and we will try to get you into a department where they are currently needing some help, including at con. Check with us, and we will try to get you set up. Make sure when you see Tristan's email about logistics, if you're able to help out, please let him know and coordinate with that email so that you're on schedule for that. The sooner we can get things loaded into departments, then when those departments arrive, they'll be able to get their areas set up. Some departments take a lot longer than others and need more staff than others. So that's essentially where everything's at. Hopefully everybody has seen some of the additional announcements. We weren't able to do food trucks this year. So we are also general con suite. So we are working with the hotel. We haven't published the menu yet, but we have an extra menu of, I don't know, I guess you'd call them kind of hand foods. They're cheaper food options, and they'll have them set up on like various hot carts set up throughout the hotel at various times of day and things like that. As we've mentioned, we also have the Girl Scouts coming in to sell cookies. I don't joke about Girl Scout cookies. So that's Saturday and Sunday. They will be up on floor 2 by Reg. Outside of the FedEx Kinko's area there. So look for that, and don't let me find you were the person to take the last box of Thin Mints, because that is an officially forbidden and punishable by disciplinary action. Well, but then what will you guys eat? I've been starving for 3 months. The drunk guy who hit me, but mostly. Certainly not my Italian mother's, but anyway, so those are some of the other innovations. Again, thank you to Lee and his team for setting up Fade's AMV room. They'll think video and video gaming will still be 24 hours. We still have the room parties, so thanks to Holly and her team for filling that floor. So those will be some of your late night areas and overnight, early morning areas, depending on what you can direct people to those areas, or that's where you will find some semblance of people in sleep deprivation. If there's any other questions, like I said, we'll have some things about the parking. A lot of those final details are still being turned out. These, in the next 12 days, you'll see a lot of posts from us coming out, just some of them informational, and then some of them will be to continue to generate the interest so that people are aware that even though Reg's closed, to kind of remind them that we'll have walk-up registrations. If you are unaware, we do not currently have a salary cap. We don't. It's actually 0. But in addition to that, we also don't have an attendance cap. But that doesn't mean we never have an attendance cap. It's something that we look at each year, if it's something that we want to set, those sorts of things. So it's just something that I think, I'm trying to remember the year, it was either 18 or 19, that instead of it being a board voted decision, it was something that was moved to the Anime Detour side of things. So it's something that each year we will look at and see how the convention went with how many attendees, talk to our Concom departments, other department heads, and see how we think things are going. If we started to climb and started to reach what we thought might have been an acceptable level for the hotel, then it might be something we would look at reinstituting at that point, also with manageable staff levels and things like that. But should people inquire, we do not currently have an attendance cap. So as far as walk-ups, we will sell them for the time being. You know, if we get towards 10,000, then we will look at something else, because we don't have that much printing supplies. So I don't know if there's any other specific questions about the staffing. Like I said, it's a bit of a sort of a thank you for getting us here and a look forward to the 12 days. Like I said, those of us that can join us on Thursday, either to help set up generally or to help set up your specific department, that is certainly appreciated. Otherwise, we'll see everybody Friday. Matt? If you're online, please make sure that you sign in so that you get attendance for the meeting. That does count towards your Anime Twin Cities voting rights. If you're here, make sure you sign in. And if you have any other admin issues online, please let us know, whether that's access to your email or the staff registration form, those sorts of things. Otherwise, is there anything in chat, Tristan? Okay, nothing significant in chat. Anything else from the vice chairs that we're all good? Nothing else from our staff? Then I think we'll just say thank you, and we'll see everybody online, or everybody that is online, and everybody here Thursday or Friday at Con. But again, a big thank you to everyone for getting us to this point. And you know, it might be a little just cheesy, but I think we could at least give everybody else in the room and yourself a round of applause for making it this far, I think. So again, thank you from me personally to everybody that helped get us to this point, and for all the work that we're going to put in 12 days. So thank you for joining us online, and we will see everybody at Con finally. Thank you.